Welcome to another episode of At the Bar With podcast. As you can see, I'm not in my normal spot.
Why are you sitting over there, Brett?
I'm sitting over here because our guest today is none other than bartender extraordinaire, Jon Sunshine Robbinson. How's it going?
Hey,
Jon. Hey, Jon. I didn't get to see you last time. I missed out.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, that was
Missed
my
you.
fault. That was my fault. Where was I?
You made some killer cocktails, Stacy. You missed it.
Yeah, you were at a party of some sort. You were at a bar. You were with friends doing some event that you do every year.
Oh, that's right.
So
that was
planned ahead of time. So, but John's been on before, and last time you made us a whiskey egg sour, which was phenomenal. And I'm not a whiskey sour guy, but man, I sucked that thing down, and I wanted another and another, and it was which fantastic. Is a big problem with hard cocktails. Yeah. It is. You just want to have more, one after the other, and the way Jon makes them. I mean, way back in the day, I worked with Jon at the Refuge Bar and Grill. That was
good spot,
great spot. That was
lots of stories.
The greatest, probably the greatest bar out there. I mean, and I remember I worked the Michigan State fans would come in, for the Spartans.
Saturday morning,
football. Oh my God.
Where was that? Where did you?
That was right off of, what was it? First Ave and Fifth. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I made more money working a daytime shift with the Spartan fans than I made anywhere. It was just ridiculous. And it was all just beers and pre-made shots. Yeah. And I mean, I didn't really have to do anything. It was absolutely awesome. So today, Jon, what are you making us today?
Today I'm going to make a margarita, a very classic cocktail, but it has a whole lot of history, and the structure of a margarita is something that you'd recognize throughout different cocktails that you've had before, most likely, or at least have heard about.
Now, is this your concoction margarita, or is it somebody else's concoction margarita? Because it seems like everybody has their own little twist.
It's Margarita Monday.
Margarita Monday.
Margarita Monday. Yeah.
So that's exactly what.
Well, there's so many margaritas now. Before there's just a margarita, but now there's so many different kinds of margaritas.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you work at a place.
That Mike might watch this tonight because he's the owner of Casa Rio in Anoka, and they serve margaritas. And I'm not a fan of the margarita out of the jug.
Yeah,
neither am I. I like it when they top it with the little something.
Yeah.
Well,
Allie's gonna really miss this.
Oh, she's going to be a little bummed out that
she's not here.
She's not here because she's a margarita gal.
But I've also noticed that there's a lot of our guests that really like margaritas.
Oh yeah, big time. Patrick, what are you drinking?
Well, first of all, I was going to say I went to the trivia night at the local bar on Tuesday nights. They have trivia now, and one of the questions was this popular Mexican cocktail is the name of a root or a pickle or something like that. And I guessed margarita, and it was correct. So I don't know exactly what it means,
flower.
Jon, but maybe you do. It's a flower. Okay. Yeah. So it was a type of flower. And I think only about half of the bar got it right, but whatever.
Half the bar got it right.
They should have taken my cocktail class. And
they should have.
We go over that.
I am drinking Arnie Palmer's out of my Sacramento A's cup tonight.
I thought that was a Subway cup. Before you turn it around.
No. Just got my Sacramento A's.
So is margarita specifically Mexico, or is it anywhere south of the border?
Well, I mean, it was kind of invented in Mexico. Okay. And if there's any like margarita nerds that are watching this or listening to this, I'm very aware that there's about 5 different stories about where the margarita came from.
Okay.
And
you know all of them.
Yeah.
No, it comes from Cuervo. It comes in a jug, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
In the grocery store. That's where it comes from.
That's very true, though, Patrick. Most of these popular cocktails that you hear about really got popular because there's some big company behind it, and Jose Cuervo is basically the reason that the margarita is an international cocktail. So.
No,
everyone's got a tequila brand nowadays. Celebrities are doing it. It's crazy, right? Is there that big of a difference between a tequila? I mean, there's a definite price point, but I don't drink that stuff enough to even know if it's good or bad, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, there's different rules for what you can call a tequila, and then of course there's different styles of tequila, and so and then different types of varietals of agave. If we think
different
about
types of hangovers, different types of fights, different types of jail sentences that go along with the tequila. I get it.
Very, very much.
So as the tequila has come up to the United States, has it changed much? Because like everything that comes here changes. I mean, because tacos sure now ain't the same in the United States as they are in Mexico.
White people taco night.
And sushi is really different.
Sour cream on our tacos.
Sour cream on our tacos. They're going like, what the hell?
Sushi's definitely different on a all you can eat buffet. Yeah, Sunday night in Duluth, Minnesota.
Did we add anything? Did we change it up?
Well, but correct me if I'm wrong, but there's different styles of tequila, like Añejo, there's Reposado, there's Blanco.
Yep.
So you have different kind of flavors, basically for what you're making. I mean, you wouldn't use like a Reposado or an Añejo with a margarita, would you? Or
you could absolutely do that.
Or is it white tequila more what you want to use for?
Like all cocktails, you want to use what tastes best to you. No one else is drinking your cocktail, so the way you make your cocktail is whichever brands you like. If you're doing like a strawberry margarita or some sort of flavor, I would suggest using a Blanco tequila. But hey, if you want to infuse Añejo tequila with strawberries, go ahead. I'm not the one drinking.
I like the way you premise that. Well, if you want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, while we're on tequila, I don't know if you saw this trend. I just saw it today and I sent it to Brett. But there's a reel going out. There's this trend on TikTok. So people are taking, like your coffee makers. And, they're putting the white paper filter in there.
Yeah.
And then you fill, instead of coffee, you'd fill Skittles or Starburst.
Okay.
Then you take the tequila and pour it in the water reserve.
Yeah.
You hit start on that sucker. You put an ice bucket underneath it. And apparently it's churning out some sort of fruity tequila concoction that everyone that tastes it goes, whoa. It's like supposedly good.
Been tagged in this video at least 1,000 times, okay? You put Starburst in a coffee pot, you fill the water tank with tequila, and then you let it run. What in the shoulda went to AA is going on here? Look at that. Apparently it absorbs it, and then, it looks good. It looks like it would be. It's amazing.
I don't know. Is that what we're doing tonight? That'd be kind of cool.
Or you could also just buy a bottle of tequila, pour it in a jar, pour some Skittles in there, wait a couple of seconds. If you're throwing it through, I don't know how hot espresso gets. Isn't it like 205 degrees?
Yeah.
And some coffee nerd's going to correct me on that one, but because I know that's coffee is 205. But at any rate, point being is, when you're putting heat to alcohol, then you're losing the alcohol. Alcohol evaporates at 170 degrees Fahrenheit, and so
you're wasting.
They're drinking Skittle infused water and paying $40 a bottle,
and destroying your coffee maker in the process.
But Patrick, you're cleaning it for one. But Patrick, I didn't see that he filled it with ice. With ice. That's gonna be watered down, isn't it?
Right, and then you think blazing hot water coming into a cold glass pitcher like a coffee mug, wouldn't that explode? Like the glass would just shatter. I would think so. Probably not. Don't try that at home.
Yeah. No.
Or try it at home, film it, and tell us when you're going to do it.
Yeah.
You'll definitely be the next big thing on TikTok.
Well, we just have to
Instagram.
We have to just wait for somebody to die, just like eating Tide Pods and doing all the other stupid TikTok
people are
challenges.
Eating Tide Pods. Oh my god,
TikTok challenges.
It's like, I'm not on TikTok, so I don't. Well, I think I technically am, but I have a social media person, so I don't, like people will say, "Hey, I love that reel that you put out yesterday," and I'm like, "I approved it at some point." But
ever seen that commercial where the guy's the plumber and then the person goes, "Well, you should talk to your HR guy." I am the HR guy.
Yeah,
I'll put my best guy on it. I thought you were the best guy. I'm the scheduling guy.
Yeah.
That's me, folks. That's me. But so what we got here, I think we have Milagro tequila for you there, and Cointreau Grand Marnier and fresh lime. And I am excited. I'm really excited about this margarita, because I told myself that by saying I make a good margarita, but I do it.
Sure you do.
I do a little limeade with fresh lime. So I kind of cheat a little bit, but I do use. But that's kind of what instead of using a simple syrup, I use that as my simple syrup.
Is your sugar element or sweet element.
So
So does going out to restaurants really ruin or bars really ruin your
I'm pretty much done drinking cocktails at restaurants.
Because I would
48, so like
I wouldn't go to
cocktail is getting iffy.
I wouldn't go to any place if I can get a margarita. It's like it comes out of a jug or whatever it is.
It's sometimes fun. I mean, what I say is I go out to see bartenders, people that I know have passion for their product, then for sure. And then of course, if you're meeting someone and they want to have a beer or whatever, gin and tonic, that's
you can't mess up a beer.
Right.
Well, you can serve it. You certainly can. But I mean, Gene and I go to Lucky 13's, which is in Roseville, and there's a gal that works there. Her name's Emily. Shout out to Emily.
Go Emily.
Hey, Emily.
And Emily's this young gal, early 20s. And first time I said, do you know how to make a poor man's black velvet? And she's like, is that Guinness and cider? I'm like, yeah, bingo. She goes, well, this will be my first, and brought it back, and it was like perfect.
Really?
That's good.
Yeah, I was like, you are so lying right now. You've done this before. She's like, no, honestly, I've done a black and tan. I'm like, okay. Well, but for a 23-year-old to get it first time, just
some people have natural talents, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You got to take that in stride if they're behind the bar at 22.
Right. But, I mean, and that's the whole thing. It's like we go down there specifically when she works because she's bubbly and fun and makes my drink right.
Yeah.
So
that's a good thing to do when you're a bartender.
Yeah. Just making
drinks right. But when I train bartenders, if they're new, I would be like, okay, you're going to be new for like the next 6 months because you got to soak up that I'm new, I'm dumb tip. And this is a genderless statement. So that's I don't know. I think the guy's name, it's Michael Lynn, maybe professor from like Princeton University. He does research on tipping, and one of the things that he finds out is the number one emotion that people use when they tip is pity. And so feeling sorry for someone else, if you're really busy, suddenly, I mean, you probably know this, Brett, like when you're really busy, suddenly, everyone's throwing you 20s, and then on the slow night, they're throwing you a 10 and you're like, bro, I needed the 20 on the slow night.
It's funny. And I know you probably seen this too. It's like when they come in the door and it's so packed and they're waving their money in the air going, pick me. I got $100, and you're handing the cocktail out and people are handing it all the way back to the person. By the time he gets it, half of it's gone because it's been spilled everywhere.
Hey, I'll tell you, I took my daughter, my daughter's 19 now. I took her to Paul Oakenfold because I wanted her to see a proper techno concert, right? And she loved it. But we went up to the bar. I got a Red Bull. She got a Diet Coke. We paid for it. And then I gave the bartender a 20. And I said, thank you. And you could see she looked up, made eye contact with me and was like, thank you. And like Amelie's like, that's my daughter's name. She's like, what was that all about? I'm like, if anything happens, she will remember us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and nothing ended up happening. But that's always a good thing if especially if you're going to a busy concert where it's going to get tough to get a drink later. You show up when it's slow and you just give a bartender a 50 or something like that. I guarantee you they will see you.
Now, and you've worked at literally every kind of establishment, though. I mean, you've worked at like a pub style bar. You've worked at a corner type of bar. You've worked at kind of a techno nightclub. You've seen it all and done it all.
Yeah.
So, which is
and craft cocktail place
true,
too.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's all different types of bartending too,
Well, and we also had Mike Jewell, and
Jewell. He's awesome.
Yeah, so
amazing.
It's awesome having a couple of the Twin Cities best bartenders at my bar,
and me.
Yeah. I was referencing you as being, I'm a what are they? I'm a poser.
No.
So I mean, I worked a long time, and I've been out of this scene for so long now that it's awesome having people that are still doing it come in. It's like, oh man, I used to do that. I used to be that good.
I love this example right here. So I tell when I train bartenders, I say you should have at least 20 people that think you are the best bartender in the city.
Yeah.
And that's called, guest relations, service, and so like, here we go, right there. There's one, and I got to work on 19 more.
Yeah.
But
even Patrick has picked up his bartending skills on the show.
Yeah, no, I dabble around in the cocktailing a little bit. And by the way, you guys have been drinking that Jameson Orange and raving about it for months, and I finally bought some last week. However, it is very good, and it did not make it to this episode. So it is very good. And I didn't put the whole bottle down in one sitting or anything, but a little couple of orange buddies, as we like to call them, with the beer. Oh, so good.
But you just bought it yesterday,
buddies.
No, I bought it over a week ago, man. I think it had a shelf life of 8 days. But
but which is funny because I mean, Johnny would probably think the Orange Buddy would be Grand Marnier because we used to call the Orange Buddy, but
or a Buddy's Orange with an orangutan.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. But we started drinking. One day I got turned on to Jameson Orange, and I turned it on to Stacy, and Stacy's like, "What sorcery is this?" And he was like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "It's whiskey." No, oh, it is. And then we had some taste testing and stuff like that.
And that was sad how fast those bottles go. That is just
oh my god, they're gone. And like I'm literally,
I bought one over and it was gone.
That one episode when we had Mike Duffy on. Mike is like, keep it coming. And Mike is like, he doesn't drink 6'3" and about 240 pounds. And he's like, keep it coming. And he's like, I'm pouring it. He's doing this to the bottle, pushing it up and glug, glug, glug. And it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Keep them coming, sailor. Keep them coming.
Keep 'em coming. Well, let's get this show on the road, man. I'm getting excited.
Yeah. You guys just want to drink. I get it. Right. So yeah.
As we see you tipping the big green cup back there. You like tipped it. Iced tea. Iced tea.
Yeah, the Arnie Palmer.
Yeah, no, I'm just it is it's Arnie Palmer. But no, I'm just I'm taking a little break this week. I got a lot going on at work. I got a lot going on physically. Trying to get back into the gym tonight after this. I'm going to actually go to the gym, dude. So it's going to be interesting.
Are you going to do cardio, legs, abs?
Puffiness. Yeah. No, I'm just going to work. I'm going to do some facelifts. You got to get rid of the
there you go.
face.
We're doing 12-ounce curls over here.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
I'll make mine a 20-ounce
curl.
curl.
Leg day. That's for God, I'm sure. But yeah, I'll be doing a lot of upper body stuff. So
cheers, man. As long as you make it, right?
Yeah.
So Margarita comes from a style of cocktail called Daisy. So Daisy is a style of cocktail written about in about the mid we're gonna say about 1860s. Original Daisy is whiskey, lemon juice, raspberry syrup, and orange liqueur. And so this guy named Jerry Thomas. We think he worked with a bartender in New York, and this bartender in New York called this drink a Daisy, right? And so the Daisy became what we call a mother recipe. So if we think about different cocktails, they have structures that that go on. So Daisy is spirit citrus liqueur. Some people like to say spirit sugar citrus liqueur. But if you think about a cocktail like a Cosmopolitan, a Sidecar, a Mai Tai, those are all in that Daisy family, just like a margarita.
You got to sing about something about shaking something, right?
Yeah, shake citrus, stir everything else.
There you go. Yeah.
Yep. So this of course has citrus in it. So when we're thinking about making a margarita, we're doing our spirit is tequila, our liqueur is orange liqueur, our citrus is lime, and then sugar sometimes can be agave, it can be simple syrup. Of course, if you want to do it flavored, you could do like raspberry syrup or something like that. But like just knowing that basic build, then like let's say you don't have tequila, but you do have brandy. You can still make a Daisy style cocktail, and it's still going to taste good. So what we'd do is we'd start out with our spirit, even though I train bartenders not to start out with the most expensive thing. Train them to start out with the cheapest thing, but that's all right. That's the first thing I grabbed was. So we did 2 ounces of that, or 60 milliliters, if anyone's watching from across the pond. And then we're going to do 1 ounce of orange liqueur. So when we think about a liqueur is something that's flavored with let's just say fruits or herbs or something like that. And then it's also sweetened with sugar. And so you're getting a sweet element in here.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do what we usually say we do 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. Basically, if you have a normal size lime, half of it, if you squeeze it, is going to be about 3/4 of an ounce. So when we think about cocktails, number one thing, don't overthink it. So boom, that's officially 3/4 of an ounce.
And if you don't have a lime, an avocado works, right?
Yes, absolutely. Avocado. So for me, margaritas are just a touch tart. Now, this definitely depends on the orange liqueur you're using, because different orange liqueurs have different bricks, which is the sugar content of a liquid. And so I like 1/4 ounce of simple syrup in my margarita because I feel like it gives it like a more oily mouthfeel. And so, mouthfeel.
So when you did 1/4 ounce on that little top thing, you didn't feel it? Was it half of that or?
Yeah. Woo, gravity still works. This is 1 ounce. So this one, this is called a Japanese style jigger. Big side is 2, little side is 1.
Okay.
And then inside there's little markings, but there's no line. I brought one that doesn't have a line for 1/4 ounce. Don't overthink cocktails, right? So it's about 1/4 ounce, right? Now I like to put a little fresh lime juice on the side there. If you want to be trendy, like everyone's doing these days, you put it way down. So you get like a half of frickin' glass with salt on it. No idea.
You got some 21-year-old blonde licking the side of the glass at the club.
Everybody wants to Instagram their cocktail, so whatever. So
there's
how you get that cool look.
That's kind of a small glass, though, isn't it, Brett?
But it's good. Well, it's going to get you there. That's what counts. So, and with him using just a half a lime squeeze and a little bit, you're going to want to have that smaller glass, correct?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this should fill it up perfectly. And so if you're about like a 12 ounce,
if you're serving 4 people,
yeah.
Do you always make them individually, or
no? I'd make two at a time. 2 at a time, and 2 different shakers shake at the same time.
Okay.
So when we shake cocktails, I always like to say, shake a cocktail like you're meeting someone for the first time. If you meet someone for the first time, you don't shake their hand like this, right? We shake cocktails like we're interested in them.
So you mean not like this?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's gross.
Not
that
like
just
this.
that feels gross.
So when you shake a cocktail, you're getting that liquid down to about 27, 28 degrees. And so you get there after about 15 seconds. So a lot of time you see people say, shake the shit out of it. Keep shaking it for longer and longer. After about 15 seconds, you're wasting your energy. So just kind of an FYI. So we're going to shake that up.
That's the sound of happiness.
Always have to have Good shaking face. Mm-hmm. I don't have one. And then we just kind of smack it. Make sure all that's there. And then we're going to strain this over fresh ice. All right. Strain that. Some people double strain this.
Oh, look at that. That is beautiful.
Look at that perfectness. And look at the ice come out of there like the...
And then we're just going to put a little, I just like a little lime wheel. Kind of insert that on the side. That.
Oh, yeah.
And then
we've
got...
I get the first one. All right, folks.
All right.
All right. There we go. And then that's your margarita. Yeah. Gotta do that.
Oh, my margaritas suck. Compared to this, they absolutely suck. This is insane.
Allie Gray.
I'll take one of those.
So
yeah. Oh, all right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I never felt
Allie, we're sorry.
My bad.
Oh my God. I gotta say, this has definitely got the right amount of everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the right tart, the right sweet. I can taste the tequila just lightly.
Yeah.
I can taste the Cointreau. This is perfectly balanced, and I can't believe, just with half a lime squeeze,
so
a little bit
Brett,
of simple syrup.
As you just
incredible.
watched him, what do you do differently?
Well, with what I do,
limeade.
I use instead of using simple syrup, which is a sugar and water mixture.
Yeah,
hot water, sugar, equal parts. I use limeade to use that as my simple syrup, and then I put a little bit more lime juice in, fresh lime, squeezed lime juice in, to make a bigger, bigger.
In the big glass, yeah.
But this is balanced perfectly. I'm really impressed with this because this is so good. So for people out there, if you do it this way, this is bar none probably the best way to do it. So
yeah, just hit rewind. You can watch it back. And then Brett, next time Allie does come in, you can replicate Jon's cocktail.
Oh, I'm absolutely going to do that for sure. 100%. Yeah, this is fantastic.
Okay, watching you alcoholics drink and watching Jon do his thing, it's like, okay, you know what? I wasn't going to drink tonight, but I do have something. And this is a fun story. So I'm at the grocery store last week, and I'm going by the clearance section. You know how they put out like the shit that doesn't sell or it's about to expire and it's marked down. And look what I found.
Oh my God.
75 cents. And these are normally $2.99 over there.
God.
75 cents?
Yeah.
Is there anything in California that's 75 cents?
No.
No.
A gumball.
You can't even get arrested for 75 cents. But so I buy 10 of these sons of bitches. I had 4 over the weekend. So here's what would be fun. This has been in the freezer. I've got another one in the freezer. And then I've got the remaining other 6 in my cupboard or something. So anyway, how about this? How about a challenge, Jon? How about I give you ingredients of what I have and we can make a cocktail right here and now.
Oh, that's a good challenge.
Great
idea.
Because so here's the thing. I'm just thinking aloud here. In my fridge, I've got like a mango. It's a mango peach juice that my daughter likes. So I've got mango peach.
Okay.
I've also got Arnold Palmer. So that's lemonade iced tea. I've got blueberries. Trying to think of what else I have. I've got frozen strawberries.
Nice.
And there's something we could probably.
What's your booze?
Have enough to fuck around and find out, right?
Is your only booze Jägermeister?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, do you have any root beer?
Or I could just unscrew this and do it like we were 18 again.
He asked, "Do you have any Red Bull?"
No, root beer.
Oh, root beer. Oh, you don't have root beer?
No, I usually do have root beer.
Normally, yeah, root beer. So yeah, I mean,
Jägermeister and root beer, man.
Oh yeah,
oh, okay.
Jaeger and blueberries.
No wonder why he's going to the gym. Yeah. Well, he's actually going to the grocery store. He'll call that the gym, and then we'll walk the aisles.
Yeah.
The Jägermeister would be in that category that they call Amaro. Amaro is Italian for bitter, and so it's like it's a whole variety of different bitter liqueurs. Of course, Jägermeister's out of Germany. Right. But
I got my German.
Yeah,
I got my German shirt on.
And Stacy, by the way, I call the bathroom here my gym. So I say I wake up and I go to the gym.
You go to the gym. Okay, there you
go to the gym and I go to the gym.
Too funny. Yeah. So basically, when you think about cocktails, you want something sweet, you want something bitter, and then you want a spirit, and then a water element. And so that's kind of, I don't know if we went over this in the last podcast.
The last one, we went really in depth on
good info.
What a cocktail is. And cocktail originally is I think it's 1806-ish. It gets in a newspaper. It's a letter to the editor. They respond and they say, cocktail is a stimulating liquor composed of spirits of any kind, sugar, water, and bitters. And so that's what we think about when we think of cocktails: an abrasive element, a sweet element, a bitter element, and a water element.
Now, did the cocktails kind of come out because of, like, Prohibition was in the 20s, but they were making cocktails before then, weren't they?
Yes. Yes.
But
a huge
Prohibition,
huge
there was more mixes to make their bathtub concoctions,
like the
drinkable
bathtub gin.
Well, didn't they have to make them because a long time ago, alcohol is really, really bad tasting?
Yes.
Well, yeah, and that's the whole thing of what they call the bathtub concoction. They were making their own alcohol, distilling their own alcohol in the bathtub, and it was so bad that you had to mix it with something. I mean, that's the story I heard. Is that
yeah, and that's something that people had to do. There's a cocktail called a South Side, referencing the South Side of Chicago, and it has gin, lemon and lime juice, a little soda water, and mint. And you're thinking about, they were using bathtub gin, so you got to make that taste good.
Remember,
so any tips for our incarcerated viewers? And they're gonna make some hooch, right? So
if you're distilling,
you mix ramen noodles, half a lemon, and a plastic fork you stole off the cafeteria line, right?
You always got to watch out for heads and tails. That's the thing. When you're bringing it up to 170 degrees, there's some gases that get off. And then when you're bringing it down from 170, there's other gases that get off, and that's what kills people. And so normally, like, the distilleries will either siphon it off or sell it to like ethanol company. But yeah, if you
go blind from really high content alcohol, right? Like, that's like,
not the high content. It's something. So like, if you think about like moonshine is essentially vodka that hasn't been distilled high enough, right? And so. So vodka, you have to distill up to 190. But like moonshine, if you're making moonshine like at your house or something like that, like you have your own still, when you're heating up that, whatever you're distilling, when you're heating that up, some gases before you hit. So 170, we kind of already established, is where alcohol evaporates. So when you're at like 160, there's going to be some gases that are going to start coming off that. Yeah. Those gases are that's the stuff that'll kill you. And so if those gases, turn into liquid, condense, and you don't either siphon it off or cut it. So they call it heads, tails, and hearts, and the hearts is what you can drink.
Okay.
And then of course the farther you go into those heads and tails, because heads and tails you don't make money off of. And so,
I suppose that's true, unless you're, selling it to, like you're saying, you're siphoning off and selling it to
the gas company,
industry, industry. But nobody's going to. I'm sure there's not even enough of that to even. You're just siphoning it off and getting rid of it. Besides, I'm sure if you're moonshining, you don't want anybody to know what you're doing. I got this moonshine.
So what was moonshine? Was like 140 proof. Is that what it was?
Moonshine is just, it's something that's distilled that doesn't necessarily fit into a category.
Okay.
So like if you're making whiskey, and so you're like, corn is your starch. Yeah. And so you essentially make like a corn beer, and then you distill that.
Corn beer. Well, I guess that's fine. Budweiser makes rice beer, so it's just, I guess, corn and gluten free.
All bourbon has to, their mash has to be at least 51% corn. So
that's all Patrick, right up Patrick's alley. That's his flavor.
Nice.
Yep. All whiskeys are bourbon, but only not all bourbons are whiskey.
Yeah.
Is that right?
All bourbons are whiskey. All whiskeys aren't bourbons.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I had it screwed up.
Oh, I don't know.
But I'm a bourbon guy.
Nice. Absolutely.
Patrick, and it's kind of funny because I think it's like when you get older. I mean, I was never a whiskey drinker. I hated whiskey.
You lose your taste buds,
and I was drinking. I mean, I would drink Mandarin. I mean, if you remember, like 20 years ago, I drank Mandarin orange and soda, or Mandarin orange and Red Bull. That was my drink, and I would drink that because I didn't like the taste of anything. Or
and now you smoke cigars.
Now I smoke cigars and I drink whiskey, and it's like
right.
And
I can't taste it.
Even when I drank Grand Marnier with a Summit, that was kind of like I did that because everyone's having one. I'll have my two and then leave so I can go to another bar and have my Mandarin orange. But the older you get, like now it's like I love Jameson and I hated John Powers is my whiskey.
Okay.
But they changed the recipe and it's not great. But But then all of a sudden I got hooked on Jameson orange. And now it's Jameson orange and Guinness, or poor man's Black Velvet. And my tastes have completely changed. Now whiskey is all I want.
Yeah, I'd rather just drink it straight. Everything's straight. Not mix it with anything like pop or whatever you mix it with. But so I'm going to jump back to the margarita really quick.
Sure.
How old were you when you started bartending? How long ago? 18. Yeah. So how many different margaritas were out there?
When I started, when I started,
because seems like
300.
Okay, no, what are they like today? But have they increased? Because it seems like everything's increasing in different flavors. Now you have different kinds of vodka. You have blueberry vodka and orange vodka and everything's.
Well, but even remember back when they had Zima, when that came out, and then everybody praised it was something fruity, something citrusy, something different, and then Mike's Hard Lemonade and all these other things came out, and that was a big thing. Yeah. But it always seems like there's a flavor something, and now it's a seltzer. Those seltzer drinks are the big rave. White Claw and some of the other stuff seems to be what everyone wants to drink. So it's always kind of had that sweet connotation that they've done.
Because I always just remembered regular margarita and strawberry margarita. Now there's all different kinds. I didn't know that they were back then. Pomegranate and all these different. Were they always there? Or?
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, what happens is, Jose Cuervo gets into marketing, and then you get those kind of slushy margaritas going on throughout all the Mexican restaurants.
Well, I'll tell you, man. After drinking this, I don't want any other flavor than this.
Well, now you get the frozen ones.
My God, this is spot on.
You know the frozen ones.
That
they give you it's like almost like a push up, but
or the ones that come out of the can.
I did.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Well, but in his defense, he wasn't, he's not able to really kind of do all the.
Yeah, and he's not going to
heavy lifting.
He's not going to go to a bar and spend $80 on a margarita.
No.
Yeah. And it's a little bit twofold. I mean, like the popularity of these kind of, we call them RTDs, ready to drinks. That there is a consumer base out there that wants a good tasting cocktail, and also doesn't want to
sit and make it.
Yes,
buy all the stuff to make it.
And then also there's liquor companies who want to get into gas stations and they can't.
But you open this massive business on teaching the average Joe, basically, or gal, how to make quality cocktails, crafted hand quality cocktails. How did you jump into, and it's a great business. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Just the concept itself is unbelievable. I can't believe I didn't even come up with that. I coulda, I wish I woulda, but I'm podcasting instead. But you had this concept that you ran with, and it's really popular, isn't it? You're like knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
Now, how did you come up with this concept and develop it into where, people from everywhere, corporations, these parties, a party atmosphere, family atmosphere. You
bachelorette
parties and stuff like that. How did you do that?
Yeah, well, I mean, it really spawned out of COVID. Before COVID, we were doing cocktail classes in bars, and so there's bars and restaurants that I worked at, and I would teach cocktail classes there. Like something like $150 a ticket, and you're behind the bar. And people come in and you kind of teach them how to do it. But then COVID happens, and then we start doing this virtual cocktail classes. So, similar to this, I built a set in my basement and taught different companies over Zoom. Kind of the virtual happy hours, except we'd go.
It's brilliant.
Bit of history.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Cheers.
And you were like the first one to do it, because I've never seen anybody do it. And all of a sudden I see, sunshine. I'm like, mouth hanging open, like, oh, that's fucking Jon Robbinson doing it. And, I mean, and it was like so professional, but I didn't see anybody else doing it.
Okay. Yeah.
And what your rollout was fantastic.
Oh, thanks.
How big is it for you now? I mean, you've turned it into that's what you do now, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know what how big means. I mean,
making a living.
I'm busy. Yes, making a living and busy. Yes, absolutely. It absolutely means that. Do I have other people doing stuff because I can't do it all? Yes. So that's
that's
nice.
Busy.
Yeah. So
and you can pay them. So
yeah.
Right.
So it's really, when I started Sunshine Consulting, you can, there's consulting on the name. And so, the idea was really, I have all this knowledge to go into a restaurant and help them out and, increase profits, make them have, good drinks, train their bartenders, blah, blah, blah. But as I keep doing this, I'm finding out that, restaurants have a budget, and law firms have a way bigger budget.
Yeah.
And so, or insert business, Apple, right? Yeah. They're a great client of mine. Meta, another great client. Lynn Chocolate. And so all these, and all you awesome companies out there who, we do cocktail classes for, if you're watching this, thank you so much. But we get more of these kind of corporate events, that are going on. And that's just kind of, been where my niche is. And so we're really trying to make Sunshine Consulting into this, yes, you're going to learn how to make a really cool drink, but you're also going to have fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the whole thing that I've noticed. I mean, you've made making cocktails and fun again. And when it's fun again, people want to do their own cocktail parties at home, where that used to be the big deal.
Yeah.
Back in the 60s and 70s and 80s, everybody had cocktail parties at their homes, and they had all these great ideas for cocktails, and then it went away. Then it just poof.
Well, that should be on a shirt, Brett. Fun again.
Fun again.
Making cocktailing fun again.
Yeah.
I like it.
And make sure nobody gets arrested in the photo or whatever.
So do you have a favorite type of cocktail, or I don't know if you'd call them, would you call them genres? No, would you call them like niche or areas? Okay, well, obviously margaritas are from Mexico.
Yeah.
Europe.
Well, margaritas are everywhere.
Are everywhere, but originating. Yeah. So, like, are there liquors or there drinks that originate certain places that are known for certain places? But is there a favorite that you have that you make?
Well, I mean, if you think like Amaro, we kind of already went over, and so you think a little bit more of Italy, and then when you think of like bourbon, you think of America because it has to be made in America. You think about Scottish whiskey, it has to be made in Scotland. Same with Irish whiskey and Japanese whiskey. A lot of people associate rum with the Caribbean. And then of course tequila and mezcal.
And then Korea, the potato whiskey. Oh my god!
Oh yeah,
shochu.
Oh well, but that's the whole thing. I mean, I'm a whiskey guy, and when I started working at O'Donovan's, I was a Irish single malt whiskey Irish guy.
Okay, yeah,
I liked single malt Scotch whiskey, and I went, I'm going to taste every single malt, Irish or Scotch there is. That was my goal, and that was a little off.
You didn't want to do it all in one day.
It's a little lofty. That's never going to happen. But I wanted to be able to taste some of the best ones.
Yeah.
So I got Dermot to actually, he always brought in some of the good stuff.
Who's this?
Dermot Cowley, the owner of O'Donovan.
Oh, okay.
So I prided myself on being the whiskey guy, and even the Irish guys, Irish boys that were working there, knew that I knew whiskey because I drank a shit ton of it. Unfortunately, I drank a lot.
When you say whiskey, you mean Scottish whiskey, right?
Scotch and single malt Scotch, single malt Irish.
Okay.
And the difference between the two is with Scotch, you are charring the barrels with peat, and with Irish, it's coal. So you have a different kind of flavor. And with Scotch, when you have the Islays, the Midlands, the Highlands, you have different. So there's all these different things. And a guy named Michael Jackson, not to be confused with
Michael Jackson,
the songwriter and singer. He did a book on single malt Irish and single malt Scotch.
Nice.
Beers and wine and stuff like that. And of course he died because he had liver damage, but the thing is though, but he had a number system, and with the whiskeys, the Irish whiskeys and the Scotch whiskeys that I tasted, I would have agreed 100% with what he came up with. And it was very good. So I started sampling all this stuff, and Lagavulin was very good at a 16-year. I like that, but I could not stand some of the cask strength stuff that was so smoky. Lafroig. It was like taking water, pouring it on a campfire, scooping that water up and putting it into a glass of ice and then drink it. And it was like, that's what it tasted like. So I got really into that stuff. And so I became a whiskey guy.
Yeah.
Now with you've done so much different stuff that your palate, how does your palate, I mean, you're able to taste a lot of stuff. Now, I'm so fat and old now, the only thing I taste in whiskey is the whiskey.
Well, in my classes, I always say, well, at least you're tasting whiskey and not banana,
Yeah.
So, so you are tasting something. Having the palate or whatever, it's just all about practice.
Right.
And so, getting fresh herbs and spices and just trying them and understanding what does basil taste like, and what does banana and pineapple, and then if I cook a pineapple, what does it taste like? And
so basically, I mean, when it comes down to it, you're like a chef with cocktails.
A little bit. Yeah.
So going back to my question, what is your favorite drink or favorite thing to make?
Like for myself?
Yeah. Well, just to make. It's fun to make. It's fun.
Well, let's ask a couple questions.
Yeah.
The first one is, what's the favorite that people ask most of? Because girls are going to have their own thing that they ask the most of. Guys ask the most of, and then what's your favorite?
All right. Well, it's hard, especially with the whole cocktail renaissance, to like attribute a single cocktail to a gender. There's plenty of women I know who like a good old fashioned or a good Manhattan. I had an amazing regular. Her name's Polly, and she always liked a cognac Manhattan. Which is wonderful, like a good brandy Manhattan.
Well, she sounds brilliant
too. Yeah.
She sounds brilliant.
But then we also want to get back to Patrick's question about making something out of his refrigerator and the alcohol. Did we give up on that, Patrick? Because you only have Jägermeister.
Have you ever seen the Food Network where they give you a basket of bullshit and you're supposed to make something edible?
You have to make this,
and you're looking at the chefs going, oh my.
Can you make anything drinkable with Jägermeister besides it? Oh, is there something?
I mean, I could something. Yeah, I could do something to try to to try to make a cocktail that was mildly potable.
Jägermeister is pretty strong alcohol.
Yeah, and so that's why we shake or stir something, add water, and then lower the proof on the overall drink.
But I mean, is there a cocktail? I mean, I'm sure it's going to be different for everyone. Yeah. But you remember the day when the bachelorette parties would come into the bar, and you're like, oh my God, this is going to be horrible. And it was usually horrible.
Purple Hooters.
I want a Sex on the Beach shot, and then I want a purple alligator. Do you know how to make one of those? And
hey, wait, I want sex with an alligator.
Oh, that was it. Someone said sex with an alligator with Chambord and was called a purple alligator. And I'm like,
I know what you mean.
I'm like, kill me now. But I mean, with women, I know you're going to have some women. I mean, I've met women at O'Donovan's, some gals that would smoke a cigar with me, and then they would introduce me to the best whiskey ever. And I'm like, oh my God, if I wasn't,
where were you all my life?
Yeah, I'm married to the greatest woman in the world, but you're second, well, third, next to my mom. But I've had women that are like, their palate is so good that they will taste everything and enjoy
100%.
it. They'll enjoy it. And then there's some people out there, like even guys that are like going, I just can't
give me hams
whiskey. Well, but your whole thing is you can't taste. But getting back to kind of those popular things. So if you have a group of women, what do they like the most, or a group of guys? Are guys whiskey oriented, or is there kind of niche that
I would say guys are a little bit more cliche, and they just order old fashions almost all the time. And so that would be like, if I saw a group of guys walking in, I'd probably just start making 5 old fashions because I know it's coming.
That's all I know how to remember to say.
Usually there's a couple of questions you like to ask.
Right.
Do you have a spirit that you like? Do you like vodka? Do you like tequila? Do you like whatever? All right. Do you like something refreshing or spirit forward? Right. Do you like a Manhattan?
Well,
do you like a margarita?
See, but I like that because, for the people out there, when you go up to the bar and you're like, say to the bartender, well, what do you like? The bartender is going to make you something something you don't like.
I like the Louis.
The King Louis tray.
Louis tray.
But so I really like the way that you ask questions. So even the bartenders out there that are kind of new, even the older ones, there's like the kind of, you have to ask questions, don't you?
Yeah.
To get to where you want to be.
Yeah. And I like to remind bartenders, someone is coming up to you essentially saying, can I give you money? I'm here to spend money and I would like to give you money. And like some bartenders will be like, I'll just give you a shot of Fernet and a High Life, And it's
make me happy. Make me have a smile on my face. When I take the first drink, I want a smile on my face. That down in Stillwater, I got that smoky Manhattan.
Oh my God. Yeah. So,
with the waffle on top.
So Stacy sends me this video of this Manhattan he had that they put smoke in it, and it had an actual waffle and piece of candied bacon.
Let's go.
And I was looking at that going, oh my God, I get to eat and drink my three favorite things. How can this be wrong?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
it was like one of those cheese things with the glass on top. And
what do you think about that? So, because there's so much stuff that goes on.
Smoky Cocktails was awesome in 2015.
Well, it's pretty awesome this time, let me tell you. And it's 2015, I guess, because
no, there's definitely a clientele out there who want that now because we always like to say, that first sip is with your eyes. So when they see that cool performance going on in front of them, that's
when digestion happens. Actually, is with your eyes.
Oh yeah, there you go. Get the juices going.
Yep.
But yeah, so sometimes that show, is part of what you're paying for. When you're going out to have fun, have a drink, right? You're going out to have a good time, and so if a part like if you want a show for your drink, then awesome, you're at the right spot, right? But if you want like a beer and a shot, then you're gonna, that's cool though, man. Go for it. Go for it. So if you like those smoky notes too, it's amazing. Like you were talking about, like your Islay and your more peated, ocean influenced Scotch. I mean, you're going to, a lot of people say, I don't like anything smoky. Or if you want to talk to them about mezcal, I don't like anything smoky.
Well, but
then everyone starts making smoke on these cocktails. Right. Oh, this is amazing. And it's like, bro, like, do you like smoke or not?
But that's kind of the fun. I don't, because, if somebody were to ask me, what's your favorite vodka? And I'm like, I don't know. How about gin? I'd be like, well, man, like Hendrix, basic stuff. But somebody says, how about rum? I'm like, I can tell you a little bit about a rum, but if somebody goes, what's your favorite Scotch or, single malt Irish? And I just go,
you just asked me what's the best cigar.
You just opened up Pandora's box, So that's where my, where everything's at now. So I'm a small world of whiskey. So when people come to you specifically, so I guess this question I'm going to ask is, when they come to you and they come to your consulting company, do they have preferences, or is there a way that you set up and you ask them, hey, what are the preferences that you like? How do we build this for you? Or is that something that you build for them, or do they build it and you give it to them?
Yeah. I mean, so basically, yes, I do all those things. So what happens is I want to meet the bar where their needs are at. If it's training bartenders, if it's like the last restaurant I worked with, they already had an established cocktail list. His problem was only 1 to 2 bartenders would sell the cocktails, and the rest of the bartenders are like, what do you like? I like Stoli Raz 7, and so they weren't selling the cocktails off the cocktail list. So we just kind of sat the bartenders down and we talked about every cocktail. What's the history? How can you sub in and out of things? Why don't you like to make it? And so we did a couple of things where we made some of the harder cocktails easier to make, and then all the bartenders knew just more about a drink, because knowledge is selling power. And so and I got a text from the owner the next week, like, I doubled my cocktail thing sales. I ran out of my juices and stuff, And
that's what they're looking for. That's what they want. And I think it's great, because you have this consulting company that does so many different like genres or niches. You have the if I were to, I guarantee, if I were to open my own pub, you would be the guy that would be training my people.
You would have a cigar bar,
right? Okay. But the thing is, you would be the one training, because you have all the knowledge. You've done so much, even since 20 years ago. Between 20 years ago and today, the knowledge that you've acquired, is just far surpasses anything out there. So it'd be like, you would be the guy. If I were working for a company and I wanted to have a fun kind of retreat type of thing that I can teach people fun stuff to bring back the cocktail party and just not think about work. For productivity, your Sunshine Consulting would be who I would be going through.
It's the unique team building.
But and that's the whole thing about it. It is so unique in what you do, and it's so unique in how you're able to do that. That's why I wanted you on the show, because what we do is hams.
But there's nothing wrong with ham.
But poor man's black velvet.
Yeah, I do.
And for this guy, whatever he's drinking, mostly bourbon. But
Jägermeister and a mango juice.
But we were even talking about that, going, we need to be, cocktail forward. So it's really good having you on, so we can get the idea of that.
A little bit different.
Right. But, for the people that are watching, I mean, this is such a great opportunity for you to kind of experience something outside of the basic cocktails that you're used to. And seeing something that's great and having a great teacher do that. You're a chef with alcohol, and that's fantastic. I would love to see you on some of those Food Network shows where, they have someone going, hey, let's do this cocktail. I'm like, oh, God, Jon can do so much better. So if the food channel, this is the guy right here. So
you ever thought about like traveling anywhere to different places?
I mean, I do. Some companies have contacted me, but I say, you got to fly me there. And so they usually don't have that.
I have a friend I have a friend in Japan that owns a really fancy whiskey bar.
Oh, nice.
It's a really, really nice one.
Cool.
It's really high.
That's awesome.
And I know exactly.
I'm gonna send him the video here and then your contact information.
No,
a lot of times those high end places, those aren't the places that need me. You know what I mean? Because they already have.
Well, but there's a big thing that's going on the internet, and I know that Patrick and Stacy will have something to say. So, but on the internet, you have all these people that are like going, I'm trying viral recipes to see if they, suck or chuck or suck or whatever. And there's like, dozens of them, doing the same viral recipe, but I've yet to see anybody do a cocktail recipe. Hey, I saw this on the internet. Let's give it a go and see if you want to make this for your cocktail party or you want to try this at the bar. Is that something like that you would ever think about doing?
Maybe. I mean, so I'm in the algorithm where I see those all the time. Yeah. So I see people, they've got their sexy sets and they're making like, okay, I'm going to infuse this and do that. And,
yeah, I'm with you on that because I look at it and like, for the podcast here at the bar we're basic. It's you are going to the bar and you are having a, conversation with the people at the bar. Yeah. And your conversation's usually over a beer and a shot.
Yeah.
But, we also want to have, knowledgeable folks like yourself to come on and
make something a little bit different.
Let us know.
Regardless of me drinking hams, everybody I think that drinks beer, there's a cocktail out there that they like.
Yeah.
That we drink. The only reason why obviously price point, I couldn't imagine ever going to California. Patrick, if you went to a nice place in California, what would you pay for a margarita?
Oh, I'd say, just at $15 at a bar.
Yeah, $15.
You could go to like a Chili's and get it for like 10, but
but I want 3
pre-made stuff. But yeah, exactly. No, if you go out here and have 3 margaritas, you're walking out of there with $60, 45 plus tip. So
and that's just on the thing. I went to Crave with my buddy Marty, and he was getting pictures of mojito.
Ooh.
And I decided, he'd always pay for my dinners and stuff like that. I was like, you know what? He bought a picture that he didn't pay for yet. And he's like, remind me that I have that up there so I remember it. So I go to pay for it. It was $70.
Oh, easily. But
it was a $20 tip.
Yeah. Well, we go to the pub down the street, Lucky 13, and it's $100 tab for a couple of appetizers and a couple drinks, period.
Yeah.
But that's the going price nowadays.
Yeah. And that's why, it's like, drinking is one of those things to me, some people drink for the flavor and that's kind of what I do. It's that I don't even have, And I'm like, gosh, I just don't I wouldn't even buy expensive dinners. This type thing, it's like I'm not going to go buy.
But you're old school Gen X Minnesota.
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly. You're like going, know what I want to do? I want to drink some Schlitz out on the ice with a hole and it's 80 below, and that's all I'm drinking with maybe some Jägermeister.
I don't even deserve that expensive.
Bring a box of Old Dutch with me.
I don't even deserve that expensive stuff.
But the thing is, my taste went into whiskey and I wanted
cigars.
But that was the other thing. Because I had a lot of guys would come in, I got a cigar. What's a good whiskey? And they're like going, and I had this bachelor party came in and they had cigars and they're all ready to sit on the patio and smoke cigars. Is it brandy or whiskey we should be smoking with these? And the first thing I said is like the question, I go, what kind of cigars do you have? And
Nice.
they looked and they go, well, it's this. And I'm looking and these are like Arturo Fuente Hemingways, which are spendy cigars.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know the whiskey that you want. I go, you're going to have two choices. You're going to have Tyrconnell, which is a very light single malt Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
Or we're going to do a Macallan 12, which is kind of a light little smoke, but Highland Scotch.
Yep.
And they're like going, well, we're in an Irish bar. And I'm like, let's do it. And they drank the whole bottle of Tyrconnell gone out there smoking. And they came back and it's like, this is wonderful, but
it's $500
it was like,
trip.
but going back, but going back
to spent it on the cigars, you might as well.
Right. Yeah. But that's the whole thing that, a lot of people, and that's what I want to press upon, some of the bartenders out there that, you asking questions, that's how you make the money, because they come up and what do you like? Here's a whiskey sour. Whiskey Coke.
You can really work that. Customers are not professionals at being customers.
No.
You know what I mean? No. They got other shit on their plate. This is their relaxing time. So they don't need to be experts in how to order. We can give them a couple of ideas, right? But as a professional bartender, you need to know that, some people, they don't know how to ask the questions. So you just got to see what they want. And B, some people want a different type of service. Some people want a vodka soda and they're trying to get what is something fast and refreshing,
Right. Fast and refreshing, but what can you do with it, right? You can do a lot with that.
But some people just want that fast and refreshing and get the fuck out of my face. I got a phone call or something like that.
Sure.
And that's fine. And you got to notice that as a bartender.
But I see. But most of the time, somebody knows what they want. They're going to tell you what they want. Yeah. Other people that walk in and they're like, I wouldn't say amateur, but they're beginner drinkers. They don't know what's out there.
Yeah.
They've had their White Claw, they've had their vodka soda with the lime or lemon, and it's okay. But
that's about most of the population, right?
What do you got? What can you make me?
Yeah.
And I was always impressed with you because you always came up with something original. How do you do that nowadays?
So when we talk about let's stick with our margaritas, right? Yeah. So margarita is that daisy style drink, right? So to come up with something original, what I do is I take that base recipe and then I'd manipulate it, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe I'd change the acidity in the lime juice, right? I'd add maybe a little bit more citric and malic acid to it, or maybe even age it, right? So that would just be something different alone. Right. That would give that margarita a different flavor. Now, what if I took strawberries and jalapenos and soaked that in the tequila and then strain that out? Okay, now I've got a strawberry, right?
Or you use Starburst and
or Skittles. Right.
Or Skittles.
Skittles, right, Patrick?
So those are the things that you can do. Also, what if I did, so I did 2 ounces of tequila, right? What if I did 1 ounce of tequila and 1 ounce of mezcal, right? Mm-hmm. In my margarita. Then I got a little bit of smoke note. Now, what if I got 1.5 ounces of tequila and a half ounce of mezcal? Now, what if I infused the mezcal with coffee beans, right? So I did 1.5 ounces of tequila, a half ounce of coffee infused mezcal, right? These are all different.
What I'm saying right now is
something different.
Dr. Frankenstein, it's alive.
Make me something a little bit different.
But I mean, and that's the one thing that I want to impress upon people is that, with making cocktails, I mean, there's a world out there of different flavors, different.
It's like food.
Yeah. It's just music. It's exactly like food. Like music, you have a chef out there that because remember when Goodfellas was open?
Oh, the bar. Okay. I love that movie.
But Goodfellas was this, was very like a 5-star restaurant with bar. And we'd go in there and you would say to the chef, and the chef, his name was Kevin. And I go, make me something. And Kevin goes, okay. And 8 courses later, you're laying on the floor, holding your stomach going, I'm so full, I can't move. But the flavors in every course has a different flavor, but that's just like cocktails. Yeah. You can make all sorts of different flavors, and it's not just beer. It's not just wine. It's not just whiskey.
You know what's really funny though?
Everything.
What's really funny is though, even though I've lost a lot of my taste, I can taste the the impact of sweet and bitter and all of those things, regardless of the little nuanced taste. Yeah, that makes sense.
You've got about 10,000 different taste buds in your mouth. You have 20,000 different pain receptors.
Yeah.
So you definitely have a lot of
so there's stuff going on in there. That's what I like. Yeah, there's stuff going on. There's like my friend Roger says. There's a party in my mouth. And that's
we're not going that.
No, he usually says that on jalapenos and hot. He likes really hot stuff. So
I will take another one of those margaritas.
That was another thing with alcohol, and you know this, Brett, as being a bartender, is that if you want to make different drinks, you gotta have a lot of shit.
Yeah, true. That's true. Yeah,
you gotta have a lot of stuff.
That's why I was buying shit out of the can, man.
True. You know, and the thing is with you, Patrick, I mean, you got kids and stuff at the house and stuff, so it's not like you can be the mad scientist and create your drinks. You could maybe when they're not around.
Have you been to the Velveteen Rabbit in Stillwater?
No, I haven't.
Have you been to the Velveteen Rabbit?
I've heard all about the Velveteen Rabbit, but
they have a lot of cool
do
stuff.
tell.
They have so I went there. Now I did ask one of the mixologists there to come on the show, and they have so many different things going on that bar, all these different flavors and stuff. So it was just kind of a neat place to go, and they had a lot of different cocktails, and I had a Manhattan.
Well, yeah. I mean, Manhattans are, there's a lot of stuff that's really good out there. And even the basic stuff like the Manhattans, the old fashions are good. And I love a good Manhattan. With the right kind of bourbon, how it's made, you got to make it right.
The question you need to be asking is, what kind of vermouth are you using?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because when somebody says, I want a perfect Manhattan, what does that entail, John?
Well, that's usually they want sweet and dry vermouth in it, which there's not a whole bunch of things. I usually say switch your bitters to like orange or Peychaud's then when you're doing that instead of Angostura. As long as, the bar that you're at is keeping the vermouth like in the refrigerator and fresh because, vermouth is wine. So
yeah, true. That
turns to vinegar.
Yeah. And a lot of bars, they don't go through a lot of vermouth. It sits there for like a year. I remember I was at a bar and I remember looking at it and it did have an expiration date and it had expired 2 years before. And I'm serving this to people. I won't say the bar, but gross, bad.
That's when
I think it was in my late 20s or early 30s. Someone actually bought me one of the metal shakers, and I liked martinis back in the day. I used to get the Kettle One martini, little dirty with olives. I actually kind of screwed around with that, but I could never get the vermouth right, and it just never tasted the same.
You probably avoid vermouth with when you're doing it dirty. That's problem number one.
Avoid the.
Well, I always avoided making a martini dirty because I know how many fingers went in to get those olives and fingers of the olive juice. And now you're dumping finger olive juice into your cock. So, look at that shake.
Yeah, look at that shake.
Look at that shake.
Kind of looks like Patrick on a Saturday night.
Where the real money's made.
Patrick, shake your moneymaker.
So you can estimate how many drinks that you've made in your life?
Oh,
good heavens! Good heavens!
Yeah.
In the millions.
Yeah.
What is an average number of cocktails you like? Say you work in a bartending ship, Brett. What the number of cocktails that you
when I worked at O'Donovan's, each bartender, if we had 4 bartenders, we probably made hundreds each.
Yep.
So we could have on a busy night, we could have made 1,000 cocktails on a busy night or more. So easily, like on St. Patrick's Day, each bartender probably made close to 1,000 cocktails a piece on a busy St. Patrick's Day.
We have a grandma.
Thank you. Again, let's put these up and cheers to our famous bartender.
Yes.
Okay. I would cheers you, but I'm going to dump this all over the place.
So I see there's Grand Marnier in there.
Yep. So I made this with Granny.
God, that's good.
So Granny's going to have a little bit higher of a bricks, more sugar. So I didn't put any simple syrup in there.
You see that? Again, that's another kind of flavor profile that's going on here. With the Cointreau and simple syrup. Yeah. It was a little bit lighter, a little more citrusy, and this is like a little bit more, a little heavier, and I could still taste the citrus, but that Grand Marnier really kind of comes up, and it's a little bit heavier. I really like this one because I'm kind of
granny forward.
But each flavor. So now I totally get what you're talking about, that there's so many different flavors and how you can make these.
Yeah.
This is incredible, having two built the same way, but one ingredient's different and it has a different flavor profile.
Yeah.
Both are equally as good. But it's just blows my mind. I'm literally going like,
and you always want to use obviously fresh vegetables or fruit or whatever it is that you're using.
Yeah, you use fresh vegetables. It'd be great.
all your veggies in there.
No. Yeah, fresh citrus is generally best.
Tomatoes in
tomatoes.
Tomatoes in your Bloody Mary.
There's some people who say lime juice that's about 4 hours old is at its peak flavor profile. And
wow,
that's how nerdy some people get.
Well, these are fantastic. Now,
cheers, man.
Before we go, what are some suggestions you can make for the novice cocktail maker that wants to do something? For a cocktail party, they want to put something together.
Yeah.
How do they pair their cocktails with maybe something they're doing?
I think what you said in the beginning, what was it? What is the citrus and the
generally speaking, so first thing, when you're thinking about serving a lot of people, you want to think about just having like maybe 2 or 3 cocktails that you make.
Right.
Not saying, what do you guys want? Right. And then you're gonna what we call in the industry batching. You want to batch those cocktails. So
that's not a Wapatuyi, guys.
Yeah. If that's the type of people that are coming over, and so what you want to do is you want to scale up a recipe. So like I always like to say, change your recipe into milliliters because it's easy to scale up. So if we think about it's 2 ounces or 60 milliliters of tequila, 30 mils of, or 1 ounce of Cointreau, then if you just multiply it by 10, right? Then you get 600 mils of tequila, 300 mils of Cointreau, and then that would be 5 limes, right? You juice those 5 limes all together in that, add a little bit of water, a little bit of salt, and then you have a pitcher of margaritas. And then what you can do is you can salt your glass before your guests come over. And then when they come over, put ice, dump, give,
easy,
and so then here's the best margarita I ever had, right? But you have done the work before, and then you can, you're not stuck in the kitchen making margaritas for the next half hour.
Almost like a service industry kind of style.
Yeah, they do the pitcher,
but you're doing it. You're kind of compartmentalizing a lot of this stuff and bring it in, and this is how we can do it with the food service.
Yeah, and you can use your empty bottle of tequila, because you'll probably tequila is either 750 or 1,000 mils. And so you put that empty bottle of tequila there, or you utilize it, and then you just put it in your refrigerator, and then when people come over, just give it a little shake, dump it over ice, you're good to go.
Let me ask you this: what is the most versatile alcohol that makes the most drinks?
I would say gin.
Gin?
Yeah, some people might say Blanco tequila, but I think gin can really
make a lot of different things.
Go a lot of directions.
Right.
A lot of directions, because you can infuse it. And so because it's a light spirit, but then of course it's got all the, different gins have different botanical structures and stuff.
Now, do you have a YouTube channel that shows cocktails at all?
I do. It's like Sunshine Consulting.
So for the folks that are out there that want to take a look at how you do stuff, here's a great way to do it. You can build a computer, you can build, I mean, you can do anything, on YouTube. So when you're looking at some of these great recipes, this is the way to go. Go to YouTube, Sunshine Consulting, and you can see some of the stuff that Jon does, and you can get great ideas, and then they can contact you. We'll put your information at the end of the podcast, so they can see some of the stuff that you do, and it's awesome. I am so happy to get you back on the show.
Yeah, cheers,
we were
man.
talking about that and said we need to get Jon back on, so we can.
Well, we got 2 other recipes down. There's a total of about 5 or 6. So I mean, that's 3 more appearances.
So and that's the whole thing. We will have you on again. We really would like to have you on every few months, to come up with some new stuff for people to kind of see, because we are a bar.
We do different nights.
Even though the bar goes all the way to Sacramento with this guy.
Let's go.
We are still all about this. This is where it's at. So folks, make sure that you check out Jon Robbinson, otherwise known as Sunshine, with Sunshine Consulting. Check out the website. Check out YouTube for a lot of his different recipes, and give him a holler when you need to do a cocktail party. This is the guy to go to.
Cheers.
Again, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Fantastic.
It was fun.
Always fun having you on. And again, folks, we can't do this without you. So please, if you like the podcast, make sure that you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. For Instagram and Facebook, do the same, but come on over to Facebook and you can see all of our content.
Yes.
Until next week.
Love it.
We'll have another guest, and we'll see you then. All right. Take care, folks. Have a good night.